Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. On the 18th of April in 75, hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. He said to his friend, if the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the North Church Tower as a signal light, one if by land and two if by sea. And I, on the opposite shore, will be ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village and farm for the country folk to be up and to arm. Then he said good night, and with muffled oar, silently rowed to the Charlestown shore. Meanwhile, his friend through alley and street wanders and watches with eager ears, till in the silence around him he hears the muster of men at the barrack door, the sound of arms, and the tramp of feet, and the measured tread of the grenadiers, marching down to their boats on the shore. Then he climbed the tower of the old North Church by the wooden stairs, with stealthy tread, to the belfry chamber overhead. Beneath, in the churchyard, lay the dead in their night encampment on the hill. A moment only, he feels the spell of the place, the hour, the secret dread of the lonely belfry and the dead. For suddenly, all his thoughts are bent on a shadowy something far away, where the river widens to meet the bay. On the rising tide, like a bridge of boats. Meanwhile, impatient to mount and ride, booted and spurred with a heavy stride on the opposite shore, walked Paul Revere. Now he patted his horse's side, now gazed at the landscape far near, then impetuous stamped the earth and turned and tightened his saddle girth. But mostly he watched the eager search the belfry tower of the old North Church. And lo, as he looks on the belfry's height, a glimmer, and then a gleam of light. He springs to the saddle, the bridle he turns. He lingers and gazes, till full on his sight, a second lamp in the belfry burns. A hurry of hoofs in village street, a shape in the moonlight, a hot bulk in the dark, and beneath, from the pebbles in passing a spark, struck out by a speed, flying fearless and fleet. That was all. And yet, through the gloom and the night, the fate of a nation was riding that night. And the spark struck out by that speed in its flight, kindled the land into flame with its heat. It was won by the village clock when the cow from the Lexington saw the gilded weathercocks swim in the moonlight as he passed, and the meeting house windows, flanked and bare, gazed at him with a spectral glare, as if they already stood aghast at the bloody earth they were put upon. And one was safe and asleep in his bed, who at the bridge would be first to fall, who that day would be lying dead, pierced by a British musket ball. You know the rest. In the books you have read how the British regulars fired and fled, how the farmers gave them ball from behind each fence and farmyard wall, chasing the redcoats down the lane, then crossing the fields to emerge again under the trees at the turn of the road. And only causing the fire and road. So through the night, wrote Paul Revere, and so through the night went his cry of alarm to every Middlesex village and farm, a cry of defiance, not of fear. A voice in the darkness, a knock at the door, and a word that shall echo forevermore. We're born in the night wind of the past, through all our history to the light. In the hour of darkness and peril and need, the people will waken and listen to hear the hurrying hoofbeats of that steed and the midnight message of Paul Revere. Now, Longfellow is a much better poet than he was a historian, as we will find as we go through this. But picture for a moment how the people in this little hamlet of 750 folk, 5 slaves, 6 free African families, how they must have felt that Tuesday night in the spring. Paul Revere had in fact been out here twice before. He'd been out the Sunday before on the Sabbath, very unusual, and 10 days before that to warn the people in this area that it looked as though the British Governor General, General Gage, military governor, was going to send an expedition out. When? Why? How many? For what? And to warn the community to get ready in case that happened. Nobody knew whether it was really going to happen. Nobody knew why he was sending them out. But they prepared the signal fires, and they prepared their network of couriers to let people know what was happening here. And then it came out again, as I say, on the Sabbath, Sunday of that week, to check and see that everything was in place, and again to warn the countryside. And how do you think those people felt? What should we do? Maybe it was nothing. Maybe nothing was going to happen. Maybe on the other hand, this was a punitive expedition. After all, Lexington had a Tea Party before the Boston Tea Party. It was a rebellious town. It was a Whig town. It was a town full of Sons of Liberty. Was this an expedition to exert punishment on Lexingtonians? Or were they coming out maybe to capture John Hancock and Sam Adams, great leaders of the insurrection, staying right up the street here at the Hancock Clark House, as we call it, the parsonage? Jonas Clark, the minister of this parish. They were attending a provincial congress in Concord, the county seat at the time. And what should we do? What should we do in the face of this? Well, Tuesday, everything is, nothing's happening, no sign of anybody. And then 6 o'clock, an 18-year-old farm boy, Solomon Brown, and this was a dairy town, and supplied milk and dairy products to Cambridge and to Boston. Solomon Brown 18, coming back from a trip to Cambridge with dairy products, and he came across a whole bunch of armed British officers on horseback on the Cambridge Road. What were they doing out here? What was this all about? And he galloped into town, and he went and stopped at the Monroe Tavern down the road here. Sergeant William Monroe, tavern owner, warned him that he'd run across these abusive British officers armed on the road. William Monroe posted a guard around the Hancock Clock House in case they were after Hancock and Adams, and let Captain Parker, the captain of the Minutemen, we didn't have Minutemen here, the militia company, we had Minutemen in Concord, we had militia. And they gathered on the green and conferred, as they did in those days, what should we do with the town selectmen, the town fathers, and with Jonas Clark of this parish. And they decided to wait and see what maybe this was all the ones. And then at 8 o'clock that night, they got a courier came from Menominee, Arlington, next door here, from Elbridge Gerry, later governor of Massachusetts, the person for whom Gerry Manley was named. And he said, hey, these British officers just passed through Arlington, through Menominee. And then he sent him a letter saying the same thing. Something was up. What was up? And then at 9 o'clock, that group, led by Major Mitchell, passed through Lexington. What would you do? Maybe this is all it is. But maybe this is just the advanced part. Should we stay home and keep an eye on the house and the kids? Should we take off to Granny's house in Chelmsford? Should we send the kids off and stay here ourselves? Should we take the possessions that we had and hide them in the house? Or hide them in a tree in the neighbor's yard? What's the wise thing to do? What's the safest thing to do? What's going on anyway? What's going to happen? It must have been a terrifying time for those people. And then Captain Parker sent some express, some scouts, down the road to Cambridge, down the road to Medford to see. Maybe it was all nonsense. Maybe nothing's going to happen. See if he could see any of the regulars. And the express came back and they said they didn't see anybody. And so maybe it was just this small band of officers. And then, at 11 o'clock, Paul Revere came up. And he said, he never said the British are coming, because they all thought felt they were British. He said, the regulars are out. The regulars are out. And so Captain Parker gathered the militia on the green, and he sent more riders down the road. And they couldn't find anything. They didn't see anybody. They came back saying the roads are clear. And he conferred with the selectmen, with the minister of the church what would be the best thing to do. And they decided to have the militia who lived nearby, who could hear the belfry ring and the musket fire, an alarm, they'd go home. And the people who lived further out, they'd gather, the people who lived further out, beyond the hearing of those alarms, would stay at Buckman's Tavern and await further developments. And in the meantime, the roads around here are jammed with people leaving their homes, going to areas that they think are safe, and the rumors are flying. And in the town of Ipswich, way up on the North Shore, there was what they called the Ipswich Fright. The story was that the regulars were heading for Ipswich to do damage to that town. They were never anywhere near Ipswich. But those and every other kind of rumor were streaming around this area. So Paul Revere comes up, and then the second courier from Boston, sent out by Dr. Joseph Warren, William Dawes, comes galloping up to Hancock Clock House with the news that the regulars are out. They stayed for a bit talking with Hancock and Adams and Jonas Clark, and then they head off for Concord. But there's no sign of anybody. So everybody is here, and they're tense, and they're anxious, and they're nervous, and they don't know exactly what to do. And Captain Parker sends out more express up the road. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, Thaddeus Bowman, Esquire, one of those scouts, comes galloping up to the door of Buckman Tavern and shouts to Captain Parker that he has seen 700 regulars on the road at Point of Rocks in Arlington, Menominee, and they're moving fast on this town. So Captain Parker, as William Diamond, his 16-year-old drummer, beat the call to arms. He learned his drumming from a British officer in Boston. Recently, a boy had moved to Lexington, and had the musket company fire a volley and had them ring the belfry bell, which stood right on the hillside to where the memorial now stands. And so his people began to gather. Now we always thought there were 77 who were coming in and ultimately stood on the green that day. Actually, it turned out a few years ago that one of our historians discovered there were in fact 78. But that man later was jailed for domestic violence, and the community thought that was such an awful crime, which it was, that they struck his name from the list of those who were on the green that morning. So they muster on the green. And they look up the Bay Path, up Mass Ave, anxious. And Captain Parker gives them the order, do let the troops pass by, do not molest them, do not fire unless they fire first, which were the orders that he received from the provincial Congress. just stand by if they come out. Don't provoke them. Don't start anything. Just make sure that the town is safe and townspeople are safe. But they still, of course, didn't know what in fact they were. They were after this band of well-trained, well-dressed, well-equipped soldiers. And they came up to the point of the green where the statue of Captain Parker now stands and where the meeting house of this parish stood, right behind where Captain Parker's statue is. Second meeting house, first one built in 1692, second one in 1713. And the group of regulars, the advance guard, about 120 people, led by a British Marine named Adair. And he was supposed to go to Concord, right? He was supposed to go to Concord. Because the orders from General Gage to Colonel Smith, the head of the detail, were go to Concord, capture, destroy any, that was the county seat, any military stores that you can find, and particularly get back those 4 brass cannons they swiped from us last September, because they were known as weapons of mass destruction. They were movable and powerful, and we want those cannons back. That was what he was after. He wasn't after Hancock and Adams. He was after those stores. But who could know that? Lieutenant Adair was supposed to take his people off here on the Concord Road. But he saw this group of armed farmers off to the right of the meeting house, just where they should be to keep an eye on regulars coming through. And he took his 120 people and moved them to the right of the meeting house instead of to the left. And he drew them up in battle order and ordered them to prime and load their muskets and to fix bayonets, and confronted the farmers, who were also primed and loaded, about perhaps 7 yards apart across what's now Bedford Street, over by Buckman's Tavern. And what was supposed to happen next? And what were they supposed to do? And what was going to happen next? Major Pitcairn, a much more experienced officer, killed at Bunker Hill. He came up with the next group of the detail, and he saw what was happening there, and he said, this can't be a good thing. And so he led his group onto the road to Concord and stopped him there and galloped his horse around the meeting house to see what he could do, because this looked like a very dangerous situation. Why did Lieutenant Adair decide to do that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Maybe he didn't want to leave a bunch of armed men on his flank. Maybe he was angry at the effrontery of these country folk opposing the world's greatest army. Who did they think they were anyway? Who knows what? But he did. He did. If he hadn't, nothing would have happened to you, but he did. So Major Pitcairn said, lay down your arms, you rebels, and disperse. Jonas Parker, Captain Parker's uncle, said, you won't get my gun, and stepped out in front of the band of men assembled there and threw his hat down with the charges for powder charges for his musket, and knelt down with his musket in his hand. So the colonials were anxious, the regulars were anxious. Nobody knew what was going to happen next, what was supposed to happen next. And let's just leave them there for a minute. The militia, everybody between 15 and 55 were in the militia in this town and in other towns. It was known by various names, the training band, Minutemen and Concord, militia, training band. Been reorganized a few years before. Captain Parker was elected their captain, very impressive, had fought in the French and Indian War, as 25 others of them had done. 8 of the 10 richest people in town were foot soldiers in the militia. 14 were relatives of John Parker himself. There were 12 father and son combinations out here that day. They were dressed, they had no uniforms. They were just grabbed what was hanging on the hook back of the door and went out that morning. Their muskets were, what were the muskets for? They were for supper. You know, they were fowling pieces. They were pieces that they put together pretty much, some from the French and Indian War. They used them to shoot turkeys. Well, we could use them now around here to shoot turkeys. And deer, and food, you know. They all were members of this barrack. They all went to the same school together, located right there on the green by the belfry. It was a tightly knit little hamlet, tightly knit little community. There were several African Americans out there that morning, including one, Princess DeBrook, a slave, who was wounded. The first African American to be involved in the American Revolution, and first to be wounded, fought throughout the Revolution. There were several other African Americans there that morning who were lost to history. Interesting town. The town was full. President Trump says the United States is full. Well, this town was full. What does that mean? It took 40 acres to sustain a family farm. And all the acreage in Lexington was taken on. And the way it worked in those days was that when the father died, he left the farm to his favorite son, not to his oldest son, to his favorite son. But that favorite son had to pay his brothers in cash the equivalent amount for them to go buy a farm for themselves in some town which wasn't full yet, because this one was all filled up, not unusual in this part of the country. These militia existed in all the communities around here, and they were well trained, and they got together, mustered, did the manual of arms, and drilled, and did firing practice. They were very good marksmen, as a matter of fact. They weren't just farmers who who dropped the plow and grabbed the musket at a minute's notice, but much more than that. They were very well drilled and very well organized. And they had a fantastic courier system. Way down in Hartford, Connecticut, Colonel Israel Putnam got the word by mid-afternoon. Very fast courier went down there to alert him as to what had happened up here at 5 o'clock in the morning. And he assembled his people and headed for Boston early that evening. Paul Revere was by no means the only courier out there that night. And the regulars, well, they were mostly Irish farm boys, a few Hessians, a few mercenaries, paid by the British Crown to come over here. They were about a sixth of the force, the British force involved. Their officers were experienced and bright, but they weren't. They'd never been in conflict before. They were told when they started out that this is a highly secret expedition. Nobody knows about it or where we're going. And the minute they landed in Cambridge, where the Sonesta is now, having rowed across Back Bay to get to that spot, they saw, armed farmers all around, and they saw signal fires, and they heard volleys of musketry going on. And it was clear that everybody knew, except them, what was up. Surprise, surprise, people had checked the tides, and the tides were high. And they had to walk across in the muddy, brackish seawater, holding their brown vessels over their heads, wading to the shore. And wool, which they wore, hardens up like cardboard when it gets wet, really stiff, hard, and miserable. And then they had to wait 2 or 3 hours for the supplies and for Colonel Smith, their leader, to get there before they could set off for Concord. They were a very unhappy, distressed group of men. The officers made them change boots left to right because they thought that they wore out if you wore it on the left foot constantly and on the right foot. So they had to switch back and forth. They were carrying heavy packs, and they had a 12-mile march in what turned out to be a very warm day. And by the time they got out, they were very upset. So here we have these two groups of armed men facing each other. And suddenly, a shot rings out from over by Buckland's cabin, and nobody knows who fired it. It wasn't one of the British. It wasn't one of the Patriots. Everybody agreed to that. Somebody fired a shot. And the British panicked and started to fire into the body of farmers. The farmers were in fact dispersing because Captain Parker had ordered them to disperse. And my hypothesis, which isn't worth much, is that when he saw Major Pitcairn leading the bulk of the people off on the Concord Road, he figured, okay, our judge is done, they're not going to do anything to the town. And so we could leave. So when the regulars firing started, they were in fact dispersed. And the 8 men who were killed and the 10 who were wounded, including Princess Brooke, were all hit in the back. And the regulars chased them down the green and back into the swamps back here. There are 2 of them killed back in there. Nobody's done any archaeology to find those bodies. And fortunately, the British officers were able to get this unruly bunch who had taken this action with no orders back into line and in some kind of order. And they gave the British infantry battle cry, huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. They marched off, leaving the 8 dead and 10 wounded. One, Jonathan Harrington, lived, as I say, not in this house, but the other end of Harrington Road, managed to get to his door and died with his wife and children looking on. And the onlookers came out to deal with the dead and the wounded, their husbands and sons and brothers. And Jones Clark, the pastor of the church, the shepherd of this flock, moved among them, looking at each one of them with great pain. So that's where it started. And that's how it started, right out of here. Here once the embattled farmers stood, and fire was shot very ground.